Hi, I'm Sue from Sue's in the Shed, and today I'm going to show you how to do a single colour granny square. Just like this one. When I teach beginners, and I teach a lot of them, I always get them to do different coloured rounds, and the reason for this is because then they can see which round they're working into and they don't kind of get mixed up. It's a little bit trickier, I found, for beginners to do it in one colour, because when they're adding another row on, they then create holes which they then accidentally work into. So if you're a beginner, I would totally recommend doing each round in different colours. Now it's going to be messy with lots of tails, you can sew them in later, but it's a great way of practicing. But today I'm going to show you how to do it all in one colour. So I'm not going to do it as if it was an absolute beginner, because as I say, I would suggest you go off, have a look at my other videos and try this one first, then come back. You'll know the formation of how the square works, and I'll just show you the little bit extra of how to carry on in the same colour. So we're going to start with a chain 4. And we're going to slip stitch this into a ring. So you put your hook into the 4th chain from the hook, making sure you get 2 pieces of yarn above it, and you slip stitch it, and that means you draw the yarn through them both to join it. Now, for beginners, I always lift that loop big, and I always have a poke about to find the hole that you've just created, which is there, by joining that chain together. Get a piece of spare yarn, and we're going to pull that through, just to mark the spot, so you know exactly where to work each and every stitch on this round. It'll make it so much easier for you. We're going to begin with a chain 3. Which is the standing chain for a treble crochet. 3 chains now equals your first stitch, so you must count it from here on in as a treble, and you'll do one of these at the beginning of every row. So we're going to do 2 more trebles into this hole where the marker stitch is. We're going to do 2 chain, and we're going to work 3 more trebles into this marker stitch. Because we're working in clusters of 3s with holes in between. So cluster of 3, the 2 chain is a hole, so we'll do another 2 chain to create another hole, and another cluster of 3. So we've got 3 clusters of 3. I'm going to do another 2 chain and another cluster of 3. If you don't know how to do a treble crochet, go and have a look at my other videos. You'll see that I've got a treble there. You can just follow it step by step, and then you'll be able to come back and do this. Right, we can get rid of this marker stitch, and we're going to slip stitch it to join into the 3rd chain of the original 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, pop it in, draw your yarn back, and that seals the deal. So we've sealed the ring. At this point, if you were changing colours, this is where I get people to do their single chain that becomes a knot, but we're going to carry on in the same colour. Now, to carry on a granny square, we need to start in a corner. That's where we want to start. So we're going to slip stitch over into each stitch to get to that corner. So pop your hook into the V stitch that's there. You get 2 pieces of yarn on the top, and you slip stitch. So you just fetch your yarn right through them both into the next stitch, which is there, that one. Pop it in, fetch it back. Now we're going to slip stitch into this big corner, this hole here. And now we're ready to start this round. So you'll see that it hasn't actually added on any height to the stitch. It's just traversed your yarn to get to where we want it to be. So we're going to chain 3. And that counts as your first treble, because that's the standing chain. And we're going to do 2 more trebles into this hole. And because we're building a corner into a corner, we're going to do 2 chain. And 3 more trebles into the same hole. We're going to jump to this corner now, and we're going to do exactly the same. 3 trebles, 2 chain, 3 trebles. And to the next corner, 3 trebles, 2 chain, 3 trebles. Two chain and 3 trebles. We're going to go to this corner now, our final corner, and we're going to do exactly the same. 3 trebles, 2 chain and 3 trebles. That's my 3 trebles, my 2 chain, and back for the 3. Oh, hello yarn. Get back over there. So we're ready to join this round, and we're going to follow the third up. We're going to put the hook in, and you're going to fetch your yarn back. So that's joined that to that one. We're going to slip stitch it into the next stitch. So do you see the little V there? We're going to go just underneath it, so you get the 2 legs of the V across the hook, and slip stitch, and into the next stitch, and slip stitch, and into the big hole in your corner, and slip stitch. So again, we've travelled the yarn to get to the corner where we want to be, and then we chain 3, which equals your first treble. Now you've probably picked up where we're going from here. We're going to carry on, and I'm sure I don't need to, but I'll just tell you that we'll always work a corner in a corner, okay? So really this lesson was about how to travel your yarn and do a granny square in one colour, and hopefully that's been useful for you, and let me know how you get on.